Hola, my name is Jalapeno. I was named after the city Jalapa, which is in Mexico. I was named after that city because I was grown a lot there, but that is not where I am from. In fact, I was born in Tenochtitlan, the Aztec capital city, which is now called Mexico City. I am very similar to Mexico City because many people think we are hot when we really aren't. Mexico City is thought to be some place with a high climate and high temperatures every day, when in reality they really only have a mild to warm climate. Similarly, I am thought to be a blazing hot pepper when I am actually not that hot. My Scoville heat unit only ranges from 2500 to 8000 SHU, which means my spice is merely mild to moderate. I credit my existence to the Aztecs because they are the ones who selectively bred and caused me to be reduced during cultivation. Therefore, I am known as one of the Annuum cultivars. If I remember correctly, I was created and domesticated around the early 1500s. Although no one really knows how I ended up in other countries, I have some guesses on how I have traveled the world. You'll have to forgive me because I only know the minor details of how I ended up in Spain. I am more than 500 years old, so it gets a little tricky to remember the dates and names. I remember Spain because it was one of the first countries I was introduced to. It all started when Hernan Cortes, a Spanish conquistador, arrived in my hometown in 1519. He is not my favorite person since he is the reason I will never see my birthplace, Tenochtitlan, again, but that's besides the point. During the time he came, I was being sold in these huge markets that would sometimes have up to 50,000 people there daily. Therefore, I am sure that Cortes tried me at least once. I am even more sure that he enjoyed my taste and raved about me to others. I mean, how else would I have traveled all the way to Spain? My memory may not be all that, but I do know the different countries that I am introduced to. I do not remember the exact dates or even how I was introduced to these countries, so I am sorry about it. It was very long ago, but despite how long, I am still grown in these countries for a profit. Not that I blame them, though. Everyone loves me, and people just can't get enough of me. Those countries are India, China, and Peru. I can only assume that I was brought to these countries through birds spreading my seeds or by travelers taking me along on their journey. For example, although he did not introduce me to the United States, Miguel Amazon actually brought me along to the US when he came from Mexico. Let me tell you more. I was introduced to the Amazon family more than 60 years ago in the state Guerrero, which is located in Mexico. The Amazons were generous enough to grow me in the small piece of land they had. But then again, how could they not? I'm spicy and delicious. I was able to grow all year long since the climate there is pretty warm. I am still grown in Mexico by the Amazon family, well, some of them at least. As stated before, Miguel moved to the US, but I am still part of his life. He has tried growing me in the US, but I never grow the same way I grew in Mexico. In Mexico, I was strong and fat. In the US, I am skinny and short. Therefore, he usually just buys me at various supermarkets. In fact, I am bought by the Amazon family at least once a week. I'm always used for food. The Amazon family either uses me as an ingredient or as a condiment. For example, I am used for their most famous recipe or food, tamales. According to Francie Amazon, the recipe and the ingredients we use for our tamales are very important to our family because everyone loves them. The Amazon family buys me at various supermarkets, including Whole Foods markets. Because they buy me in Chicago, which is where I consider my home to be, I am not locally grown. The only time I am somewhat local to Chicago is when I am from California or Texas. California grows me the most in the US, and I am flavored by so many in Texas that in 1995 I was named State Pepper. Despite the honorary title, at Whole Foods I am always from Mexico. I am shipped from Mexico by the shipping company Keller, and they make sure I get to Whole Foods as comfortable and safe as possible. I wish I could tell you more about myself, but I am busy packing for my trip to Mexico. Adios.